If you're new to code reviews and feel like they never go quite right or are intimidated by them, you're not alone. The truth is, many developers see code reviews as kind of like a final boss that they are so scared of, instead of what they really are, an opportunity to improve the code and grow as an engineer. Here's the deal. You should prepare for code reviews like you prepare for a demo or a job interview. Because when you do, you level up faster and make your teammates' lives way easier. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to do exactly that. Before we dive into it, if you're new around here, welcome. My name is Oren and I am a senior backend engineer. I've been writing code for over 7 years. And yeah, it's nice to have you. Let's talk about code reviews. Number 1, be your own first reviewer. The common Git flow is write code, open PR, get reviews, fix, and end with a merge. By being your own first reviewer, you are changing that flow a little bit by opening a draft PR instead of a fully fledged PR. That means that you are not assigning a reviewer yet, you're just viewing your own code as a reviewer. You can make changes, you can write comments to yourself, and you can push them to that branch. By reviewing your own code before you actually give a reviewer that job, you'll reduce the stress of the review process by at least 50%. The reason is you're not coming into this process surprised of any oopsies that they might catch during the review process, because you've done the job, you've went through, you made their life easier. Consider that you're not just pushing code, you're pushing a solution to a problem. You need to treat it like that. Number 2, test before you assign a reviewer. In my history, I had many times pushed code, tested it, and then at the end, just before the review process or just before the merge even, I pushed something tiny little bitty, and that crashed the entire thing. It's so annoying. And that's where you need to cut off your code, test what you already have, and merge what is tested, and only what is tested. So what that means is to run your local tests, run your CI/CD if it exists, spin up the service and check that the API is working. These are all things that are in your responsibility to check before you present a solution to a reviewer. Many times CI/CD processes will be able to generate artifacts, for example, a Docker image that you can use and check in an online machine to check that everything works as intended. This might be the one thing that people usually avoid doing, but please don't avoid it. It's so annoying to do, and if it becomes too annoying to you, automate it. There are ways to make it to generate CI/CD processes that will test things for you and make sure that everything is working as you want it to. Instead of just unit tests, I'm not talking about unit tests, I'm talking about CI/CD processes, integration tests, and then it makes it easier to push code that is tested and is not going to break anything. By doing so, you also build confidence in your ability to understand and make changes to this code, because you're not only pushing a change, you're also running the code, seeing how it works, and increasing your ability to explain what you've done in a way that other engineers can understand. Number 3, clean up your code. So one thing that many engineers don't do enough is to lint. I have seen a lot of engineers online, especially in forums like Stack Overflow or other places where developers congregate, where the advice given to new engineers is divisive, and not many people like linting, and in that way linting is not that important as typing, because linting is just how the code is presented. It's to make sure that spaces are corrected, that you're using the right quotes, double quotes instead of one quote, things like that, that are making sure the code is up to par in terms of standard. Not a lot of people do that, but it is important. I do it all the time. I will not approve a PR when linting is not corrected, because it's so easy to correct too. You just press a button and let the linter fix all the mistakes for you. Same thing for typing, but typing is more complex. If you don't type your code, there are many errors that you might not catch because the code is not typed. Most of the backend services that I write these days are written with Fast API, which means that the code is fully typed. The handlers are typed, the classes, the method classes are typed, the models are typed, everything is typed. So for that reason, I can catch a lot of bugs that are caused by mistyping one object as another and using it with a function that wants one type of object and mistakenly gets another one. Typing especially can be hard to fix because once you fix one thing, it opens up the door to other typing problems that you might have not catched until that moment. But it is so satisfying to find literal bugs that you can fix by doing typing fixes. Okay, so final thoughts about code reviews. Your code reviews don't have to be perfect, but you need to show up prepared. When you lint your code, when you fix typing, when you fix tests, when you write tests, this is something we didn't talk about. We might talk about it in a different video. And when you run your code to see that it works as intended, you show up prepared and you show up as someone who is respectful of your reviewer's time. If you show up when you didn't even bother checking that your code is working, then what are you doing? This is going to waste so much time. When you do show up prepared, you get faster approvals, you gain trust that you know what you're doing, and you gain the approval of your team. They will be more likely to ask you to participate in the coding review process. They might include you in more coding discussions. And when there's a disagreement, it's not about your ability as a coder, it's about design. And that's a very fun conversation to have once you build your own confidence about coding. Okay, so those were my own 2 cents about code reviews, and now I want to hear from you. How do you prepare for code reviews? If you have any rituals or other things that you do to actually become more prepared, I want to hear about it. So write it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.